What's good, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. Oh my god, I love the consistency. It's just doing the things. Okay, so in today's video I decided to do a little bit of like conversation, story time forward slash, or have people share their experiences as well. I don't know which direction this video is supposed to take, but I'm just here sharing my experiences. Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, so a friend of mine, basically, so she was at my place and then she saw my work bag and then she asked if it was the bag that I had got from work. um and the girl was like, yes, I did. And then yeah, so basically, so in today's video, as you can tell from the title of the video, we are talking about my first day at a new job, or at my current job, or all the other jobs. So basically I'm going to be doing comparison do's and comparison don'ts, if that makes sense. You figure it out. Okay, so basically, starting a new job is very scary, I must say. And it's hmm it's a it's not a weird experience, but it's not scary in a sense. But having changed jobs twice. The first time it was scary. So the first time when I started working, um I was very much excited, but I was scared that what if I was not going to be able to do the job because it was my first job. And then from my first job to my second job, for my first day was, yo, it was scary, due to a number of reasons that you would know by now. And then moving to this current job, everything was smooth. It was such a smooth, not smooth, but it was a good transition. But from my side of things, it was very smooth. So yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to be doing, talking about today, right? So when I started, so basically I mostly maybe share what happens on my experiences, in terms of what I got up to on my first day at work at a new job. Okay, so first company that I worked for, so because we were a group of interns, so what we basically did was, so when we arrived at the office, we were chilling at the kitchen, in the kitchen. We're chilling in the kitchen. And then at 8, we moved to the training room where we were actually doing the training, or where we were gonna do the training, but that's where we did the training. So when we got there, we basically had to go collect our equipments, right? Work equipments include your bag, your laptop, headsets, and basically your mouse and the other things that, whatever it is that they use in that company, right? So luckily enough, the tech office was literally next to the training room, so there were no running around and confusing what, right? So good. So we would go one by one, then you go collect your stuff, which was a laptop, a mouse. I don't think I got a mouse immediately. I didn't get a mouse because I remember I had to go buy my own one. Then I went back to ask for one. So yeah, so there was a mouse. I'll include it for the sake of the video. So there was a mouse, there was headsets, laptop, and a bag, and they were all new. So that was really, really amazing. Well, I thought that's what happens. When you start a new job, you get new stuff. So it was mainly, so the first day mainly involved, or was just strictly like introduction and whatnot. So there's not much that was done on the day. Also, given the fact that we had to do training first, so it was not straight to meeting your teams and whatnot. So yeah, so that's what had happened. I can't remember what else. Oh, I think we also sorted our access cards to the building. I think so. But yeah, so in that job, that's what went down. Moving on, Kesisi. Moving on to my second job. So I'll tell you about my first day. So I was super early. I had left the house before 6, so I got to the office at around 6:30. So I didn't know what was the exact time that I had to be at the office. So also I had gotten the job through an agent. So hey, they were also not sure. I don't know. Maybe they were also not even bothered to find out. But anyway, that's besides the point. So fine, got to the office. I was so sleepy because I had not slept the previous day because their anxiety child, it was it was rocking me big time. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I got to the office. I remember I did upload a vlog about my first day at work. So please do check that out. I'll probably link it, right? So I wasn't totally like, didn't give you guys the nitty-gritty or the details of all of it all because I was still at the company, and you know what, you don't want to be the bad guy. But anyway, not that I want to be the bad guy now, but you get what I mean. So I always look in the middle of my phone, and I should look at the camera. But anywho, so I got to the office, and then eventually I get out of my car because I'm like, okay, so what must happen? I got there, and then I told the receptionist that I was new and whatnot, and then one of the Menco people came through, and then she was very sweet and very nice, and then she walked me to where I was meant to be, I'm thinking. Yeah, and then I met the manager, who was yours, and it is what it is. So I got him there, and then I mean, the story was not even that pelele, right? So um okay, that's besides the point. Let me not what you call let me not digress. So when I got there was no one in the office because I started during COVID, which was 2021. So first half of the year, that was like in April, was it in May, something like that. So yeah, so when I started, um it was during COVID, so everybody else was working from home. And then I got into a meeting with my other manager, which was, whatever, introduction and whatnot. So later on in the day, okay, so this whole time, like the first half of the morning, I was told that my laptop is not yet ready, so I needed to wait for that. So great. Guess what happens next? During the day, midday at around 2 or whatever time it was, we then went up to the tech office to collect my laptop. So we get there, hey Bosana, because in my previous job I had a new laptop, so I thought, hey Bo, you know, it's you know, it's a thing. Like you get a new laptop when you start a new job. I one figure I'm dancing. Yeah, one but sana. Somebody has used this before, but hey, it's still in good condition. So Kubani, let's see, fine. I'm like cool about it, but I'm still a bit like thrown off a bit because I'm like, why am I using a pre-owned laptop, But anyway, I don't ask questions because I'm not a difficult person, I'm very understanding and whatnot. So I accept the laptop that okay, it is what it is. Hi boo. Next thing, I'm getting a bag. How do I put this, right? I'm still trying to find, like, it was smelling cigarette. It was smelling a cigarette, like ikuba guys. Like it was smelling, And I'm like, where am I? Am I really starting a new job like this? Um guys, it was the craziest thing. It was the craziest thing because I'm just like, am I not getting a new bag? Like it's dirty, it smells, and the whole time I'm just like, but how? How do you give a new person in your company an old bag that has been used before, not washed, and then you just hand it over to someone else? And then, luckily, I told the manager that I don't want the bag. Well, I didn't give him the reasons because, hey, Yeah, I'm not that confrontational, so I wasn't gonna be like, how dare you give me a bag that smells like cigarettes? I wasn't like that. I was like, can I kindly leave the bag? So I left out. I left the office with the laptop on my hands. I mean, in my hands without a bag because the bag smells, you know. Also, the other shocking matters, right? So, given the from like the previous company that I'd come from, it was really really cool. There was like people who had popcorn, so we got popcorn so around before lunch, so you could go get popcorn. There was coffee, there was cappuccino, and all the nice stuff. There was cold water. There was the water dispenser machine. I don't know what they call it, but there was that. And basically, there's a cup, there's things for you to use. Now guess what? I moved to this new space. I get told, Mana, you bring your own cup. Like I got the shock of my life. Like the shock of my life. And then the manager was like, no, you can use, I have 2 cups, you can use my other cup. And I was just like, at this point, you bring your own kitchen to the office. Also, so at the coffee station, there was no water, there was water in a bottle. So now I have trust issues, right? Now I have to get myself to believe and trust that the water in there is clean. Yeah, and then that's how my day ended, but it was just filled with that disappointment. So it was not great. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because also given the fact that I didn't even know what time work started, which was insane. But anywho, moving on to my current job. Oh, another thing, I didn't get any excess sorted. Um, so they use like fingerprints, so that probably got sorted last year, a few months before I left the company. So there was that as well. So it was just like the one night I was working late and couldn't you know exit the building because I didn't have access to the doors that were locked. So there's that. So my experience at my current job was really like professional, well planned out, and whatnot, right? Um, sure, even the first one, given the fact that there was many of us, but we were all accommodated and everything was like smooth. And then the previous I was alone, but hey, it was shaky. But hey, that's besides the point. So yeah, so when I got there, I got to the reception. My manager came to collect me. So before we went to my desk, we sorted out my access card. Effective immediately came Dase. He bought me water. Um, and then we went up to our floor. When I got there, there was a table set for me. You prepare this table in the presence of my enemy's child type of vibes. When I got there, I had a desk that was reserved for me. When I got to the desk, like my laptop was on top of my table, already, and my bag was on my seat, like everything else, my keyboard, like the extra keyboard, it was there, and then there was also my mouse, and then there was the floor manager, and they were like, girl, if you need anything like batteries or something, or you need any assistance really, you can like hit me up and stuff. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention, i had I had like a, what you call this thing, I had a personal HR person who was assisting me in the whole process, like in terms of if you have questions, but HR related, questions, then you could ask them, and they helped me set up my other benefits. They set me up with I think it was a financial advisor who helped me pick what's this thing, a medical aid before I joined the company. On my first day, there was a huge breakfast situation that happened with the other people that were starting out in the company. And then, yo man, it was such and a nice experience, very warm, very welcoming, and very much organized, more than anything else. So please do tell me about your experiences. Like, how was it? Did you enjoy it? Did you feel, were you lost the whole time? Did you get assistance? Were you happy with your first day and whatnot? So yeah, please do comment down below. Okay, and tell us how your first day went. And thank you so much for watching the video.